Imagine waking up and discovering that one of the youngest countries on Earth has just climbed into the world's top 4 economies. A decade ago, India was far from the podium. By late 2025, it's breathing down the neck of the world's biggest giants.
For half a century, the same Big Six ran the show. The United States, Japan, Germany, the UK, France, and Italy.
They wrote the rules, built the post-war order, and treated everyone else, including India, as promising but distant emerging markets.
But by December 2025, the outsider has stepped through the door. India is no longer knocking, it's inside the room.
In nominal GDP, India has overtaken the UK and Japan, becoming the world's 4th largest economy, just one step behind Germany. In the growth race, India is sprinting at around 6 to 7%, while most rich economies jog slowly between 0 and 2.
In 2025, India enjoys a rare Goldilocks moment. Strong growth, easing inflation.
India has built more than $700 billion in foreign exchange reserves, a self-made safety net against global shocks.
Unlike export-heavy models, India's story is powered mainly by domestic demand. Hundreds of millions consuming.
Policy pushes like production-linked incentives, alongside a powerful tech and services sector, are turning India into a twin engine of growth. Digital rails like instant payments are pulling millions into the formal economy, turning smartphones into tiny entry tickets to growth. Side by side, the contrast is stark. India races ahead, while the Big Six edge forward slowly, weighed down by age and debt.
Demographics deepen the gap. India's median age is under 30, while much of the Big Six is entering retirement mode.
From 11th place to 4th in just over a decade, India's climb looks relentless, with Germany clearly in its sights. At the same time, Germany, the traditional European engine, struggles with stagnation, while India's growth line pushes steadily upward. Japan manages stability but not speed, stuck with near-zero growth and a demographic time bomb that quietly ticks in the background. The UK, France, and Italy balance slow growth with heavy debts and aging societies, watching India's faster curve from their living room couch. Even China, the other giant, wrestles with property troubles and deflation fears, while India's momentum still feels surprisingly clean. Projections now place India among the top 3 economies before the end of the decade, behind only the United States and China. On paper, the story looks unstoppable. But like every economic miracle, there is a twist hiding behind the headline. When you divide by population, India's ranking plunges. Average income is still a fraction of what people earn in the Big Six. So while the total economy stands next to the giants, daily life for the average Indian still feels much closer to the developing world. Fast growth has not always meant fast job creation. Millions still work in informal, low-paid roles, while graduates queue for formal opportunities.
Inequality runs through the map. A booming tech elite shares cities with millions who still lack reliable housing, healthcare, or education.
Within India itself, the map is uneven. Some states feel near-developed, others still fight for basic roads, power, and public services.
Climate risk adds pressure. Heat waves, water stress, and extreme weather hit India harder, with fewer financial cushions than the Big Six enjoy.
Meanwhile, the Big Six wrestle with the opposite problem. They are rich but slow, trying to fund pensions and healthcare as their societies age. So the conflict is not India wins, the West loses, but 2 very different sets of problems pulling on the same global rope.
India's real question is this: can it turn headline growth into broad prosperity for its people before the demographic window closes?
The Big Six face a different exam: how to stay rich, innovative, and politically stable while their populations age and demands keep rising. As India's weight grows, boardrooms and institutions must decide: will they share real power or cling to a hierarchy built decades ago? For 75 years, economic power has shuffled slowly. India's 2025 leap is one of the biggest changes in the order since China's rise.
In some ways, India has become a case study, forcing older economies to ask what they missed and what can still be copied or adapted.
The truth is more complex than a ranking. India is both an emerging superpower and a low-income nation at the same time.
Whether India converts its demographic bonus into lasting prosperity depends on reforms that are noisy, political.
The older giants, meanwhile, must adapt to a world where they are no longer the only authors of the rules, but still carry huge responsibilities. So the real story is not just that India has joined the top 4,
but that the rules of economic power are being rewritten in real time. In this new landscape, who wins may matter less than who can grow without breaking their societies or the planet they share.
From your couch, it might look like just another ranking story. But behind each number are real choices, costs, and people.
If this breakdown helped you see India and the Big Six in a new way, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe to Economic 8-Bit for more deep dives.